Photograph wasn't as old as I thought, letting go. There's blue sky on the horizon and the blue of the night been told. My voice rings in a room tonight and it's quiet on the front back home. Amplifiers and car tires, they've left everything I have known. Bad decisions, they follow me, but I ain't done too damn bad for myself. What is left in a rearview mirror can no longer be bad for my health. Car tires and amplifiers are the things that I need. Didn't think about those things till it bleeds. Do you ever sit in the quiet of the night and start to wonder where it all went wrong? The silence is broken with an amplifier and the truth that's written in a song. Men like me can't live with a disease that will suffocate the poet inside. Come to find I was always tied to a life that was out on the road. Car tires and amplifiers and the things that I need. I didn't think about those things till it bleeds. Lost inside my own damn head, seeing red and feeling dead. Knocking all these fence posts down, the November cold freezing my nose. And the bar was getting longer, my back pages are getting torn. I was made in the rain of an Appalachian sin. The third generation farmer on the road to the Dust Bowl. Something hits me so much colder than winter wind. New York life runs fast and proud. 1929, Great Depression bound. The stocks flew so high they hit the ground. I guess human greed brought us to our knees. soup lines are getting longer and my back pages are getting torn. How can you stay warm when there's no more coal in the fire? Third world problems so far from being on the mend. Something that hits me so much colder than winter wind. A wild coyote watching me pulling weeds. My old log bow, watching him in tow. Then suited mimics what I need to eat. Then a mining coal in the Kentucky snow. And the mine tunnel getting longer and my back's getting mighty sore. Well, I died in a mine in those Appalachian hills. World War found its steam and all need for winter heat. Something hits me so much colder than winter wind. Caroline, you like these things I do? Do you like the things I do to you? Hit on my sting in his heart I grew. They run 1,000 miles to the presence of you. Straighten out the curls where I wander, but never alone inside my mind. Gotta get back to where I wander. Gotta get back to her before I die. Sweet Caroline. Build more mansion to Klingman's door. These 8 wells are now the only home I know. They might have found my songs, but they couldn't change me. You can take the boy from his home, but not his memory. And run 1,000 miles from my home now, but I'm missing her and missing me. I've gotta get back to where I wander. Gotta get back to her before I die. Sweet Caroline.
Welcome everyone, Soundville Studios, Nashville, Tennessee. How you doing? I'm Goldie, your golden girl. We just had the opportunity of listening to a beautiful live performance. That's how I would describe it. A beautiful live performance from Justin Bowman, who is of Justin Bowman and the Drifters. You grew up in Murfreesboro, or you grew up...
South of that, so it's an area called Christiana.
I've never heard. I'm not new to town, but I don't know that area.
So like you have the college, which is the center of Murfreesboro, which is the center of Tennessee. I'm about 15 minutes south of that.
Who did you first hear or see that made you want to do music?
So I grew up in church. So my father was a church cross song leader, and then I got involved. I think the first record I heard was Jim Croce.
Okay, what song?
I think it's the White Album. I can't remember what it is, but it has Operator, Don't Mess Around with Jim. I Got a Name. It's got all those. It's the big one he had. He done all those songs in like 6 months, so it's that record.
Were you allowed to listen to that music, or did you sneak it?
Definitely. Okay. My dad was very, as strict as that is, my dad was very open with that kind of thing.
Okay.
Because we didn't have music in church, but we definitely listened to music. We played music, all that stuff.
Oh, you did? Okay. That's usually not the story, when you have a strict upbringing like that.
Yeah, definitely. But I guess I got into Sweethearts of the Rodeo by the Byrds. Ended up playing B-Bender. Got into the Nashville scene on Broadway. Got around the Don Kelly's band. Hung out with one of the guys from there. He was my best buddy in the world.
How old are you when you're talking about all this?
I guess this is pre-JD Samo days. So it would probably been around 2000, before 2010, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I hung out there, and then I got about 6 cuts with a guy. Hung out for a while, and then ended up going solo for a while. And I ended up starting a band a year ago. We done a record in 5 months, and then I got signed within a year.
What? You got signed? Well, tell me about your deal.
So we got signed with Smoke Show Entertainment. It's a management company.
Okay.
So they're out of Texas and Tennessee, but Julianne Seymour is the operator of that. But that's what we're under right now. So we're looking into next year do festivals and do a record before the end of this year and try to push out a little bit.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's hard to get.
Another thing I want to touch on, if you kind of want to know my personal story, I had a kidney transplant at 17.
Oof.
Yeah, so
from
I just kidneys failed.
I know, but who gave you one?
So it's weird because it's something that don't happen. That's one reason I still have it. I'll probably have it till I die. Is I had a no mismatch kidney. So that's the markers are completely as if it was my twin, which is unheard of.
Wait, say this again. You had a what?
It's a no mismatch. So the markers, you have to have a genetic marker for a kidney to match your body without rejection.
Okay.
This was a complete match, as if it was a twin. So that's like a lottery thing that never happens.
Where did it come from?
It come out of state, which is never supposed to come out of state.
So somebody you don't know just...
They had a car, I understood that they had a car wreck and they were my age. They were around 17 and had a car wreck. Yeah.
Wow. Were you waiting for a long time before one?
No,
or you just found out I need a kidney, and then...
Yeah, it was a year. It was a year. A year that I waited, which is unheard of. I think there's a purpose to things.
Oh yeah. What's your take on the purpose?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just to tell stories and help people. I don't know if it's to be famous. I don't know if it's just to help people. I don't know. I don't have no idea.
How long did it take you to heal from your surgery?
I guess it took a long time. But actually I got healthy pretty quick, but there's a lot of side effects with it and stuff. But I ended up straightening all that out and I'm fine now. So that's the health problems I'll talk about and the hardship I had, Okay. But you can take a negative and be down about it, or you can take it and turn it into something beautiful. I chose to kind of do the latter.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. What songs did you play any downstairs that reflect directly from that, or you had the one that you were talking about? Tell me about the one where you got into true crime.
Okay, that was a dude named Boone Helms. So he was a cowboy back in the Western days.
Okay,
and he pretty much just a rebel, more than most rebels of the Wild West was. He was cannibal and ended up doing a lot of stuff.
What the hell?
I don't know. That was a weird night. That was a weird night because I got into like true crime and mixed with cowboy stuff. But
you don't think of cowboys and cannibalism. That's just something that you don't really hear about.
I think you think they're wild, but I don't know, like Jeffrey Dahmer wild.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't see Jeffrey Dahmer like robbing people for gold.
Yeah.
I mean,
makes a good storytelling in the song.
Yeah.
Okay. I try to also write outside of myself. So there's several songs that are story songs that don't have anything to pertain with what I go through. So I think that
such as Kyle Matthews said, storyteller for cannibals.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, you dabble in everything, and eventually you're going to end up hitting something good. I guess.
That's a true superpower and a true talent is when you can remove yourself from. Some people can, God bless them, they can only do like what they know, but when you can take yourself out of it and say, all right, this is this, or people that write for movies or like it's not necessarily your story, so that's really cool. I dig it.
I had watched it. I read an interview or something. I might be vague on this. If Chris Stapleton watches this, I don't know, but
he won't be mad.
He might, man. He's a good dude. But I read something or saw something. This is in my memory. That Chris Stapleton said something about him connecting to a genuine feeling. And I don't really have writer's block because of that, because I tend to try to catch a feeling. You don't necessarily write about that, what you're going through, but that's just my way of making it work.
Okay.
If you connect to that genuine feeling, and then you hone enough songs over time, you can always usually write. I never have any writer's block or anything because of that. But Chris Stapleton helped me with that.
That's a gift. Yeah. Have you never had writer's block, but then, like, have you gone through something really impactful in your life and still were able to write? Like, I'm not saying you were blocked, but like, it just seems like other people that I know that are writers, if like crap is really hitting the fan for them, like writing isn't like the first thing that they want to wake up and do, or are you just like immune to everything and just super consistent?
I'm immune at this point. This is a two-part story because when my mother passed, I had about a 6 month period there that I didn't write.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
I guess that's part of it. The only kind of writer's block that I have is I will write a song and then I can't finish it. Usually when I do
that's tough.
When I do that though, I have not lived enough life to finish that story. Because
Okay.
I'll live 3 or 4 years and it kind of reveals itself to me.
Okay, or you can just do what everybody else does and just add some oohs and ahs in there.
I guess,
I
but
hate when
I
they do
tend
that.
to be like William Faulkner with it though. I tend to write a lot of words, so
Okay.
that doesn't work for
Yeah,
me.
I heard you. I heard
Yeah.
you. You do have, but you have good words, and they mean something.
Yeah, but I have noticed that if I'm having an issue with it, like I've done Sundress is a song that I've done that way. A Moment in Time is another one where I had written it, and I'm like, why can't I finish this? But it took me living through the story that I was going through or experience I was going through. Once I finished that, the rest of the story came.
Nice. Yeah. Well, that just goes with the old saying: you shouldn't force, square
for
peg into
That's why I never try to make. If you're making art, if you force it, it's definitely not going to be good. Charles Bukowski said that. And to me, that's not. I try to keep everything honest and genuine. Yeah, I don't want to disparage anything, but everybody's got their own way of doing it. But for me, the honesty thing is the most important thing. So I'm selective on who I co-write with. I'm selective on what I take in musically, just try to keep it as honest and open as I can.
As honest as cannibals.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. I mean, you can have a weird night when you're up like 3 a.m.
Yeah, it sounds like it. A weird night.
Yeah.
I want to hear about your band that you're putting together, or that you have. It's already together.
Yeah, so we've been a band about a year.
Yeah, where'd you find these guys?
How'd
you find them?
I was going through a relationship, and then I decided I was going to have a band and not have a relationship. I exited the situation. This song that I'd done earlier, Car, Tires and Amplifiers, is on that.
Okay.
It's about that situation, but ended up getting a guitar player, and we started the band right as I was breaking up, and then I ended up getting rid of the guitar player, getting rid of the girl, and then we hired Hannah. She's 27, I think, but she's been in the band 3 months. And
shout out to Hannah. What does Hannah do?
She does fiddle.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
cool.
She is she's classically trained, and she comes from Berkeley, I think. I think the school she come out of.
All right.
Never gave her any keys, and she'd been in the band. We'd done one rehearsal, and then she'd done songs off the album that she hadn't heard on a radio show, and killed it.
Nice.
And she's
that's a
been
gem.
a mainstay ever since. But then we have Christopher Brand. He's out of Mount Pleasant, and he's the bass player.
Okay.
And he's my size. He's 6'6". So.
Okay.
And then we have
that matters.
Yeah, and then Joseph Racky. He's been a mainstay of my life for a while, but he's the drummer.
Nice.
So he's out of Acid. I'm gonna say it wrong. I'm not even gonna say where he's from because I'm going blank. But he plays drums, so it's a drummer, bass player, fiddle player, and me. I play guitar and write and sing. So.
And I know artists hate this question, so I enjoy asking it even more. If you had to pick a few different acts that you're kind of blending to be, like, if you threw a couple acts in a blender and it spit out a drink, what do you think?
It's going to be about 5 or 6.
Okay, fair enough.
It would be it'd be Jason Isbell, Ryan Adams, Lucero, Drive-By Truckers.
Did you say Brian Adams?
Ryan Adams.
Oh, Ryan. I was like, Brian Adams is talking
yeah.
my language.
I like Brian Adams, though. He's killer.
He's a great songwriter.
I love Brian Adams. There's no. In fact, there's just a letter change there. They're both great.
Ryan and Brian. Okay.
I would say Charles Wesley Godwin. And then that's on the new front. I think on the old front, it would be Gordon Lightfoot, Jim Croce.
Nice.
Definitely probably Bob Dylan, early Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen.
Okay.
All this kind of thing.
So when I was first listening to you, the tone of your voice reminded me of the Wallflowers. It reminded me of Dylan's son. Just like there was a tone. Like,
big fan of theirs.
Well, yeah, they're freaking amazing. Yeah.
But I tend to take in a lot of music. I have a lot of music knowledge. A lot of people will sit with me a minute and they kind of judge me. So that when I pull out rap or like metal or something, they have no idea I do that. So definitely listen to a lot of music. I've taken a lot. So I have a wide vocabulary of music.
Let's tell everybody where they can find you, because you said that you're really gearing up this next year. Yeah. So let's make sure everybody knows where to find you, my dear.
All right. So you can find us on social media. Instagram is @JustinBowmanandthedrifters. I think Facebook's the same thing. Then you have our website, www.justinbowmanandthedrifters. On any streaming platform, our first album that was done in 5 months is out. It's called Feathers. It's got 5 songs. And you can pretty much expect an album out of us before next year, and then we'll be doing festivals. But our upcoming gigs so far, because we've taken kind of a break, is we're doing a festival with, I think, Laid Back Country Picker and all of our buddies. This is a big get-together that we do. This is our 2nd annual thing. It's called Dancing on the Duck in Lewisburg. It is September 13th, 14th, and 15th. So that Saturday on the 14th, I think we'll be playing toward the end of the night there. But you can camp there, fish there. It's on the Duck River in Lewisburg. And it's a good hang, and it's going to end up being a really big festival, I think. So my buddy Craig Anderson puts that on, and wish y'all come out. Then we're doing Champions in Smyrna, I think, August 23rd, I think, or November 23rd. And then November 2nd, our buddy Cody Brooks and a band that we love called Borrowed Sparks is going to be doing a show with us at Hop Springs in Murfreesboro. That is November 2nd. And then I think we have... just be looking for us to be going to be on festival stuff. But if you'll look at our website, we will have updated links on everything. But we're just in a transition phase with management trying to get from local shows to more of a national festival act thing. So expect an album out of us next year.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Nashville, Tennessee, live from Soundville. Your host, Goldilocks, here with this incredible storytelling man who's 6'6", who's got some prominent kidneys. Check him out, Justin Bowman and the Drifters. Thanks, everyone. Stay golden.